the Comox Valley, located on the traditional unceded territory of the Comox First Nation, the traditional keepers of this land. Beautifully located between mountains and the ocean in the middle of Vancouver Island, in Canada's most western province of British Columbia.
Hi, I'm Allison Leet, and I'm an actor, director, and storyteller located here in the Comox Valley. And this is Creating Community.
Follow along as we meet the members of Courtney Little Theatre while they work towards mounting their winter production of Cinderella. We will learn what it takes to bring a show to life and about the types of roles required to make it happen. Let's go behind the curtain to discover the magic and the wonder that lies here.
Welcome to my community.
The world's a stage, and I'm grateful that you taught me how to be a part of something bigger than myself. That every role's important, from the lead to the supporting. So much of who I am and who I try to be is thanks to my community. Thanks to my community.
A theater family isn't always related. They come together and bond over the making of a show. But sometimes, if we're lucky, our real family and theater family become one. Cinderella was lucky to have a family of 5 among the cast and crew. Janine and Chris, their daughter Holly, and her 2 kids, Celie and Marshall, all got to experience this show together. They'll share how this was invaluable time spent as a family and how they feel incredibly lucky to be able to do this together. Chris is the assistant stage manager on the production, keeping us all in order backstage, while Holly is a part of the running crew, ensuring everyone has what they need. Janine, Celie, and Marshall are all lending their acting and singing talents to round out the cast.
Well, I started in 1977 or 78, I can't quite remember, in a small production that CLT was producing. I had a couple of walk-ons, and that was my first show.
I actually started my theatrical career in high school in grade 13 in Ontario. There was a local community theatre group, and our English teacher in grade 13 directed a version of St. Joan, and they were looking for extras. They were sort of a non-speaking part of being a monk, and you did a lot of fist shaking and murmur, murmur, murmur. And that was my introduction to theatre, and I loved it. I loved every minute of both the backstage and the onstage. And when Janine got involved with Courtney Little Theatre, I just kind of tagged along, and I've been there ever since. So.
Well, I started with Kim Patrick at TheatreWorks, but I would say that it started really when I was, about 6 years old in the front row of the Sid Williams Theatre watching my mama play Lucy. And It's a Good Man, Charlie Brown, so that's my very first introduction to all of it, and so that's where it all stemmed from. I got involved with Kim, and that's where it started for me.
When we lived in Vancouver, my parents put me into a program, and it was like a 3-in-1 kind of thing. So it was Stagecoach, I think that's what it was called, and they put me in it when I was 5 or 6. So there was dance classes, singing classes, and then a show that we could put on. And so that's really where I started. And then, I've just kind of been with CLT and TheatreWorks since.
You know that they always have your back. My mom's backstage. My papa's backstage, and it's just really fun because people have your back. So it's great.
I think for me, I really enjoy the closeness that I have with them, And really, it's just something that I'm grateful for and always will be really grateful for, because there's a lot of people that don't even like get to see their grandparents hardly ever because they live far away. But being able to see them like multiple times a week and just being able to make more and more memories with them is something that I love very much and I value a lot, because family is a very big, important part of my life. And the fact that I have something that I'm able to share with them and tell a story like together is just something that I'll just always remember and always be so like excited to do.
It's one of the best things is that we can do it together. We can support each other, and it makes a difference, because when I have to go many nights and Chris doesn't, then he understands why, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's extra fun for me because we have done one show, well, a couple of shows where all of us have been involved, but not with Marshall. So this time I never really thought we would have sort of everybody this time, and everybody is pretty cool.
She can give me like a heads up, or yeah, because I hold cards in the play and she can always tell me if I drop them.
It is part of our mandate, part of our mission statement as a theatre club, which is to share the joy of theatre. And we do it.
I guess it brings me joy because, especially when I'm cast in a character that I really like, I remember in one time, my favorite character, I was playing my favorite all-time character, and I was getting ready for the show, and I was in the shower, and I remember washing my hair and saying, I understand why people in New York can do, you know, hundreds and hundreds of the same show, because, and I was thinking to myself, I could do this for the rest of my life. So that was one time. And then, you know, when I really enjoy my character, that gives me joy.
It's hard to explain. It's just really fun and exciting and stuff. Yeah. Really fun because you get to be with different people, and yeah.
The joy of theatre for me is, you had asked earlier about a word to describe community theatre, and I think my response was community, and that's the real joy of it for me. It's almost like having a second family. You know, when you do 2 or 3 productions a year over all these years, it's a group of people that come together with a common purpose and a common love of the theatre. And for many people, it's the acting part of it. They love being on stage and taking on different characters and being someone other than who they are in their real life. Or it's being backstage, it's being part of the technical crew. It's something as simple as doing set changes, but you're all contributing to a common goal. And I love that feeling of being among a group of people who are all there. They all want to be there, and they all want to not only experience theatre, but they want to share it with an audience, and that's part of what the joy of theatre is for me.
It's helped me talking in public. Because I do not like talking in public efficiently, yeah. Do not like it. Also, I have stage fright, but that's not what we're talking about right now. So yeah, that's basically it just helped me.
Really, it's like, it just gives me like, theater is just such a safe space for me. And throughout the shows that I've been in, it's just been like, if I'm in a bad mood or if there's something that I need to talk about, there's just everyone with like open arms willing to help me through whatever I'm going through. It's just, I feel like theater just really gives like a safe space for everyone to just grow together as people and just to be there for each other and to just like, bring everyone closer. And I think that's really special.
Well, I'm in a unique position. I think when you're involved in theater and a show, you get to sort of experience what others around you experience through you. So, you know, going to work and people asking about the show and, oh my gosh, your kids are in the show, and people get so excited, and it's really fun to be able to sort of answer questions about how the process works, and it gets people really, really interested and coming to the show. It's gotten a lot of people I know and more involved in theater, their children. How do I get my kids involved? How do I become involved? How do I, a lot of that stuff. So when they find out how much work goes into putting on any production, there's a lot more appreciation for that, and a lot more people come out, and a lot more people, it's like a spider web. It's great.
We do a Christmas production every year. We started with a pantomime many, many years ago, and we billed it at the time, and we've done this ever since, that a Christmas show, there was often nothing at the theater over Christmas. The Sid Williams was dark, and there was nothing going on, and come Boxing Day, you know, families are all together and the kids are bored, and, you know, they've eaten the Christmas dinner. Now what do we do with all the visitors? So we just built it as our gift to the community who have supported us over the years, and this is a way of giving back to the community and giving them something to go to at Christmas and take their guests to and their family to, and we've been doing that for I don't know how many years now. But it is our gift back to the community for what the community has done and over the years and has supported us in doing as a theater company.
So I say like all the time, I'm like, it's really fun. I'm trying to encourage you, like you have to take this. It's so much fun. You make so much more friends, and but just like it's just awesome to help people try to get them, trying to encourage them.
I would say you never know like how it's gonna turn out unless you try. So I would say just give it a shot. Really don't think about it. Just go and do it, give it your best shot, and then, if you're too nervous, maybe try and find a way to calm yourself down before an audition, or, like for me, I drink tea before an audition. I'll drink tea because it calms me down, so like maybe like they can find something that helps them calm down.
It's a reminder to live the moment. And that's what I'm doing, is living the moment, because I don't know that it'll ever happen again. So I'm living the moment.
I still have a vivid memory of being involved with the first show that Seeley did with us, which was Zuzu in It's a Wonderful Life. And I was an assistant stage manager then, and it was just the joy of having her backstage making entrances and exits and just connecting with me at the time. But I got quite emotional about it, and I still am. The thought of having this entire family involved in this common love of theater, it's quite something. It's hard to put into words, but like Janine said, it may or may not ever come again, but we'll make the most of it while it's here.
Being a part of a musical is always a wonderful and uplifting experience. But getting to do it with your family by your side while creating lifelong memories, now that's priceless.
She tickled me. She tickled me.
We thought that we were only learning how to entertain, but growing up I've realized just how much more we gain. The world's a stage, and I'm lucky that you taught me how to be a part of something bigger than myself. That every role's important, from the lead to the supporting. So much much of who I am and who I try to be is thanks to my community. Thanks to my community.